Well, thank you very much for coming here to this innovation workshop. Innovation in established companies is quite a broad topic. But it's very important. It has fascinated me for over the past 2 years, actually. So that's I've been digging into how can we achieve innovation in established companies, because I think there's so much we could do, really. This dilbert is a little bit. This part here, your channel your irrational impulse to be useful. How often do we feel that? Is it the wording irrational impulse? It's harsh. But of course, it's a cartoon, and it's on one side of it. But Asok, maybe he doesn't really know everything all about the bus that takes part here with the vice president. And the vice president, he is not really connected either to the Asok reality, and that's why it's actually happening in this way. In quite a few organizations. And the workshop is the purpose of the workshop is to kind of demystify innovation, because it's kind of mysterious. How do you get innovation? The word is like mysterious. Innovation, and I would like to see that if we could demystify the word. Are there ways that we could work that would allow us to actually see clearer how can we achieve innovation? So the agenda, I will do a short introduction. That's what I'm doing right now. We have a joint exercise, and I have 2 questions that we'll discuss, and a wrap up. So who am I? I am actually from Skåne. Let's start here at Ericsson. This is my career, and it has not been very successful so far, really. After my MBA studies, I started at Ericsson. I did product marketing and business development for Ericsson, selling their fiber optic systems. And we had great engineers, really top-notch engineers, but poor management. In fact, the engineers, several of the top engineers, were so pissed off with management, they went off to build their own company. And they developed and produced another same type of equipment that Ericsson did. Nowadays, they're traded at Stockholm Stock Exchange under the name Transmode. But Ericsson, that had all the sales channels, had all the market, had the brand and everything, could not get this product to the market. So they actually closed down the entire product line. And of course, I was not part of these bright engineers that were. So it's when they closed down the product line, I went to another startup called Optilion. Great startup, great times. In December 2000, we received 500 million crowns, and for making fiber optic components and subsystems. We had a business plan that we agreed to with the venture capitalists, and the venture capitalists followed this business plan. But 6 months later, the market has completely changed, but not our business plan. We continue with our business plan, and we measured by the business plan. And in 2005, we went bankrupt. We were not able to change. We had got these 500 millions to follow a business plan. That was obsolete almost 6 months later. So then I came to Lund again. This was Stockholm, these two. I came to Lund, Ericsson Mobile Platforms. Well, you read last week that what happened to Ericsson. So, well, my career so far has not gone really the way I would like to have seen. But I think I might have learned something during these 15 years. And that's what I want to achieve in my own consultancy firm. I have this experience of when things actually not go that well in big organizations. The startup was a startup, but we got 500 million. We were at top 110 employees actually at that, so it was not really a small organization anyway. So my little business is that I'm working as product manager because I've been product manager in quite a few of these. I'm working with a Tolpagoni product management that is doing a product management consultancy. I've been, for example, working with Tetra Pak together with Tolpagoni. And I also developed what I call a high involvement business or concept for innovation that I'm describing in my homepage that I call hi3.biz. One very fun thing that I'm doing that is also part of my innovation that is that I have a network for product managers. And we are 33. It's something I've sold actually. I've actually been able to invoice. I have 33 product managers from 16 companies, and these 16 companies, so it's really, really top-notch companies in here in Skåne that are gathering 3 times each on the autumn and 3 times during the spring. And we discuss different things, different ways to enhance things that these product managers have done well and good to be able to take their products out in the market or achieve good. So this is a picture from our session that we had on September 5. So going into innovation, I want to have 2 observations that I would like to start off with. It is the increasing complexity in the world. The world is getting so complex. It's driven by technology development and all the globalization. We have global competitors. We have global customers that can buy from just anywhere. We have a global workforce. We can outsource. So we can. It's getting very complex. Also, dependencies on external ecosystems. That leads to it's very difficult to create value. Companies are focusing on efficiency, what actually brought them to the position where they are. So we work on reducing time, reducing flow, fewer resources. We get more processes, layers and structure and KPIs, and we get complicated in the larger organizations. And that also reduces the creativity, and we get lack of innovation, because that's a conflict in innovation and working towards efficiency. So we have to break up that. As Mark Zuckerberg, for example, said that when he started Facebook, his motto was, move fast and break things. It didn't mean that we should go to break things, but he meant that we have to do things in a new way. And that is what innovation is, really. We have to do things in a new way. And we have to stop doing what's old. The question is, what is that we're going to stop doing? That's the main question, maybe. A second observation that I would like to connect to this is a book by Mats Alvesson. It's called The Triumph of Emptiness. Mats Alvesson is a very renowned researcher here in Lund, at the Economic Institute. He claims that the modern society creates a zero-sum game of people that are striving for grandiosity through illusion tricks. We create the hollow facade. We're like empty shells running around. That is what he claims. And I think there is something true in that this lack of creativity and the lack that we not very often don't feel that we are actually guiding our destiny ourselves, make us like empty shells. So my hypothesis is that we have this situation with very difficult to compete due to increasing complexity. we have lack of psychological well-being among people. We should be able to use this to get that. So, because innovation is produced by people, we should be able to use people better, in a better way, to produce innovation and then cope with complexity. That's my hypothesis. Complicated? What do you think? Is this? What do you think about this? Is this the reality, or is this the? What do you say? So this is then the exercise. I have 2 questions actually in this exercise. We will first look at what makes you as an individual thrive in your organization. What is actually driving you? What makes you excited when you work? And what would then make your entire organization more innovative? And can we connect these? Start. And by having the entire picture and some kind of in the mind would make us think, well, where could we possibly start? That's my thinking, my vision. Very good. In the Swedish culture is really innovative as a culture, I guess. But still, and I have spoken to so many foreigners, or like for example in Spain, that they say that all these innovative Swedish companies, they're trying to break 3 or 4 rules at the same time, and well, it gets really messy. I don't understand it. I can't. That was a sales rep. He was trying to sell Swedish companies in Spain. And so all these are innovative companies. It's yes. But we still want to be more innovative, of course. That's yes. So that's was my kind of workshop. Thank you very much for participating here. I thought it has been some value to you, and